To optimize the camera for fireworks scenes, you'll need to set the manual mode. You'll also want to set the manual focus. You'll want to set the ISO, white balance, and possibly even the timer mode. Let's start by setting the manual mode. Turn the mode dial to the letter M. The manual mode allows you to set both the shutter speed and the aperture. To start, I would highly recommend setting the shutter speed to 2 seconds. To do that, just turn the main dial to the left, decreasing the shutter speed to 2 seconds. Then hold down the AV button right here and set the aperture to f11, or as close as you can get to f11. This is a good place to start, but may or may not be the proper setting for your fireworks scenes. So you may want to play around with these a little bit. Now let's go ahead and set the ISO. To set the ISO, press the ISO button right here at the top of the camera. Then use the navigation buttons to set ISO 100. Now go ahead and press set. An ISO of 100 will maintain the smoothest image possible. And since we're using a very slow shutter speed, you want to make sure the ISO is set to 100, otherwise the camera's sensor will heat up, creating even more image noise. Now let's go ahead and set the white balance. Press the up navigation button or the WB button right here, and use your navigation buttons or the main dial at the top of the camera to set the white balance to daylight. Go ahead and press set. With the white balance set to daylight, the colors in the fireworks will turn out more accurate. Now let's go ahead and set the focus. You'll want to manually focus because you don't want the camera hunting for a focus point as the fireworks are going off. It may not find it and take a long time to focus. So the easiest way to do this is to actually focus on something about the same distance as the fireworks. It can be anything really far away because the fireworks will be focused on almost infinity. So go ahead and place the focusing point over the subject, again, something very far away like a street light. Press the shutter button halfway to lock focus. Once the camera has locked focus, you can change the autofocusing switch on the lens to manual focus. Now the focus point is locked at that distance. Now you're ready to take the picture. Compose the image the way you want it and press the shutter button halfway to prep the camera. Once you're ready, press the shutter button the rest of the way to take the picture. Remember, because we're using such a slow shutter speed, you really want to have the camera sitting on something steady. The best is really to use a tripod. If you're using a tripod and the timing of the fireworks isn't crucial, what you might want to do is set the timer mode. To do so, go ahead and press the left navigation button right here and use the navigation buttons to choose the 2-second timer. If you have a remote control, you can set this to the remote control setting and use that to trigger the camera. However, for this demo, I'll set this to the 2-second timer. Go ahead and press set. Now with the 2-second timer, again I can press the shutter button halfway to prep the camera, compose the image the way I want it, and then press the shutter button the rest of the way to activate the 2-second timer. Gently release the camera, giving it those 2 seconds to stop shaking before the picture is taken. Hopefully, the fireworks will look good when the picture is taken. That's why, if you do have a remote control, I highly recommend using it so you can instantly trigger the camera without actually touching it.